Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, let's give a few more latecomers an opportunity to get on. And if you're not speaking, would you please put your microphone on mute, please, so we don't get a lot of background noise? Thank you.
All right, Your Honor. Can you hear me, Your Honor?
I can hear you. Yes, I can, Mr. Sarton. Thank you. Okay, I show it's 9:02. This is the 9 o'clock dismissal docket for the 95th Judicial District Court. And when I call the cause number and the style, if you will just announce, if you're the plaintiff, announce who you are, and we'll just allow you to state where the status of this case is, and then we should get to this fairly quickly. Okay, we're going to start with DC 20. (10050), and that's styled Taylor versus Vaughn. Okay, is the plaintiff who represents Johnny Taylor present on the call? Okay, that's again DC 20-10050. Case is styled Johnny Taylor versus Fred Vaughn. Is anyone representing Mr. Taylor present on the call? Hearing none, that case is going to be dismissed for want of prosecution. That's going to probably be somebody representing Mr. Taylor, I'm sure. Who just joined the call, Mr. Abbott?
Hi, yes.
Okay, are you here on the Taylor versus Vaughn case?
I am not. I'm here for Wells Fargo versus James McDaniel.
Okay, we'll get to you in just a second.
Thank you.
Okay, DC 21-07521, styled Wiley versus Armour. Is someone representing on the call representing Wiley?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Joshua Hancock here on behalf of Plaintiff Wiley.
Hello, Mr. Hancock. Let me pull this case up real quickly.
Your Honor, just so you know, I'm John Godoy, and I'm here for the defendant in this case.
Okay. My computer's moving a little slow. Okay. Okay, looks like this is a June 2021 case, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. What's the status of this case?
I'll let Mr. Godoy confirm, but my understanding, again, I'm stepping in for my colleague Amanda French, but this case settled back in August, Judge. Mr. Wiley is a veteran, and so my understanding is we're just waiting for TRICARE to confirm that there's no subrogation claim before we can get it settled out.
Just a little in addition to that, it is a settled case. It settled about 30 days ago. There's a hospital lien that I believe Plaintiff's Counsel's office is negotiating. And so the negotiation of the hospital lien, I believe, is what is holding up getting this settlement document signed and agreed order of dismissal on file.
Okay. Yeah,
But
I do show at August the 12th, you sent in a settlement letter.
Notifying the court of the settlement. So we reached an understanding that we would settle this case, but we just need to get that hospital lien resolved so that we can finalize the settlement documents.
Okay, how much longer do you think it's gonna take to get that document in?
I would estimate 30 days, Your Honor, if you could just reset us. Hopefully we can get everything wrapped up by then.
Okay, I'm not gonna set it out for 30, okay? I'm gonna hear it again in about 2 weeks. Try to get it done. We try not to push these things out too far, especially if they settle. We wanna kinda light a fire under you to get it done. So I'm gonna set this on the dismissal docket for September the 27th. Okay?
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay, try to get that resolved so we can get it off our docket, okay? All right, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you very much. You guys may be dismissed. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, DC 22-01854, Harbor versus Harbor Bacano. Did I pronounce that correctly? DC 22-01854, Harbor versus Bacano. It looks like they've got a motion for default filed, okay. Is anyone here on DC 22-02244 Martinez versus Arroyo? Okay, DC 22-02836, Leisure versus Rayford.
Corey Kingery representing plaintiffs, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Kingery. Is it Kingery?
Kingery.
Kingery, okay, Mr. Kingery. Looks like I'm looking at the information in the docket sheet. You're trying to set a motion for a new trial and set aside a judgment, is that correct?
That's what the defendant is trying to do, and we want to allow them to do that. We want the insurance coverage, so we don't want to file a second default or anything like that. My understanding was that when they filed a motion seeking some sort of dispositive relief, that functions as an answer because they didn't dispute the jurisdiction of the court or the service.
Okay. Now, I show that looks like on June 21st, was there a default taken? An order on a default signed?
That's right. We filed a motion for default, and then the defendants filed a motion to set aside the default and a motion for new trial. And I believe that's been signed. So I frankly was a little surprised that we were on the default docket today, but I was not about to dispute Ms. Alonso.
Okay, let me look back at this. Let me see what's going on here. So what's your understanding of the order to set aside the default? Has that been signed? Have you received a copy of that?
I'm not sure that we received a copy. I looked this morning and I thought that it listed a signed order. I can check again.
Let me see here. Okay, looks like that order's been signed. Wait a minute. It looks like maybe Judge Redmond signed that order. Hold a second.
Yeah, I show August 24th signed by, I believe that's Judge Purdy's signature.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge Purdy, yeah. I wonder why did she put you on the dismissal docket for today?
It wouldn't be the first time, and like I said, I was not about to argue with Ms. Alonso, so.
Okay. Okay, anything further from you, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, you may be dismissed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, DC 22-03021. This is Gutierrez versus Clark.
Good morning, Your Honor. John Wolfart here for defendant Patty Clark.
Good morning, Mr.
yes.
Wolford.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm the court-appointed guardian ad litem, Terry Jen Von Bryan.
Okay, what's going on with this case? Why is it on the dismissal docket?
Judge, apparently, and Ms. Bryan can inform the court, I think she's the one who realized this, the minor has aged out, and so I guess we have a jurisdictional issue here for the court to proceed.
Okay, you mean the minor is now 18 or over?
Yes, Your Honor. Her birthday was in June of this year. And this family is also representing themselves pro se. So I visited with them, visited with the minor, and they just haven't been forthcoming with medical information despite many attempts on my part, Mr. Wolford's part. And so it's hard to get a number because there might have been a possible Medicaid lien also on the monies, which we weren't able to get that information, and they've been completely non-responsive. And so I did speak with Ms. Alonso about that, and so she had me submit my fees, and Judge Purdy already signed off on those, just charging me from being the ad litem, but I just thought I'd be here in case you had some questions.
Well, what's the status? I guess the settlement has been approved by the parents now, is that correct? Or by the minor who's now 18?
Yeah, there was a prior agreement between the carrier and I guess the mother that was never reduced to a formal agreement because there was this question of a lien issue. And I guess from the defendant's perspective now, I guess it's going to be up to the now minor, now adult to pursue that. Is kind of where I think we are. So I don't think from the defense perspective we have any reason that we can seek to retain it because I don't know what the minors are now, what the child now adult's intentions are. And, I don't think the agreement with the mother is going to be, I don't know we can enforce that at this point, Judge. So I think it may just have to take another posture of this case and she may have to refile.
What's the date of the accident?
It was April 19th, 2021.
And the minor just turned 18, is that correct?
She did, June 24th.
And the plaintiffs are pro se, you said, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are you satisfied with your issue, Ms. Bryan? You've been dismissed and paid, is that correct?
Yes, dismissed, not yet paid, but there is an order that was signed by Judge Pretty.
Okay, and Mr. Woodford, is there any issue with her getting paid?
No, there's not. I have informed the adjuster and I hope that will get processed later this week. I will follow up directly with the carrier.
Okay, Ms. Bryan, would you follow up with the parents and let them know that we're going to dismiss this case for warrant of prosecution? And tell them they either need to get another attorney or someone to represent them, or let them know they can refile this case if they like.
Yes, Your Honor, I will.
Thank you very much. You may be dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Can you hold the phone? Hold 1 second, please? Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I've got a motion for continuance hearing at 9 this morning, and Judge Pretty's in trial, and wanted to know if you could handle this.
I can probably handle it. I don't know if I'm going to be through with the dismissal docket by 9.
Right. No, it's already 9:15.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they've been waiting for like 20 minutes.
They're physically here?
They're not.
Okay.
You want me to just have them reset it?
Just have them to call in.
Their trial's not till December.
Okay. Why don't you just have them to call back on the Zoom line about 10?
Okay,
And
if I
that'll
can,
be-
because they're in other Zoom hearings this morning. I told them they had to be on this one, and
Yeah.
there's nobody in there to even let them in.
And then Judge Purdy's too.
Exactly.
You just have them to download my link at 10 o'clock, and then I'll hear it then.
Okay.
That way, we can get it heard. I should be through with the docket by then.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. You want to just leave this?
Yeah. I'll just
Okay.
grab the note from her.
Thank
Thank you.
All right. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Okay, DC 22-03342, Elam Miramonate versus Euless Daniel Tardes. Anyone representing either parties in this case. DC 22-03342, Miramonate versus Euless Daniels Tardes. Hearing no response, that case is being dismissed for want of prosecution. Okay, DC 22-04952, Wells Fargo versus James McDaniel.
Yes, Whitney Abbott here for the plaintiff.
Okay, Mr. Abbott, Ms. Abbott, I see you filed a motion for a default. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, you may be dismissed. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, DC 22-04956, Mendoza versus Razzo. Is anyone here on the call representing Mendoza?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, Juliana Fabrice for plaintiff.
Okay, Ms. Fabrice, what's going on with this case?
We are moving for default judgment. Yesterday, we filed all the affidavits, but we are consolidating all the medical bills and the plaintiff. We are contacting plaintiff, and I would ask you 2 weeks to have everything filed because the attorney assigned for this case is out on trial for until Thursday.
Okay, I show that you had service perfected in July. Is that correct? July 6th.
Yes.
Okay, so we're now 2 months out and you want to file a motion for default. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm going to give you a week to get it filed, okay? I'm going to put it to next week's dismissal docket. So get that filed by next week. I'm going to add it back to next week's docket, all right?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. You may be dismissed.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Okay, DC 22-05290, Daimler versus Arnold. DC 22-05290, Daimler versus Arnold. Hearing no response, this case is being dismissed for warrant of prosecution. DC 22-05583, American Express versus Tanner Brown. Is someone on the call representing American Express? DC 22-05583, American Express versus Tanner Brown. Hearing no response, that case is being dismissed for warrant of prosecution. DC 22-05658, CKS Prime Investments versus Chinese. Is anyone here for CKS Prime Investments? DC 22-05658. CKS Prime Investments versus Chinese. Hearing no response, that case is being dismissed for want of prosecution. DC 22-05803, Discover Bank versus Randy Carey. Anyone here for Discover Bank? DC 22-05803, Discover Bank versus Randy Carey. Anyone here for Discover Bank? Hearing none, that case will be dismissed for want of prosecution. DC 22-05907, Quest Trust versus Ernest Reyes. Anyone here for Quest Trust Company? Bob, I don't see your last name on your screen. I see your lips moving, but I can't hear you.
Fritz.
Okay.
Fritz.
Fritz, Mr. Fritz?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's going on with this case, Mr. Fritz?
Well, citation was issued on June 21st. It came back, the defendant lives in Tarrant County. He provided us a mailing address that he claimed was his apartment. My process servers got there and found that it was a P.O. box store and filed a return of service in July saying that they couldn't perfect service at that address. Since then, I have filed now a new request to the clerk to issue citation again and serve it by registered mail. And as of now, I have not received word that that citation has been issued, but we have paid all the service fees of over $300 to serve all the defendants. This is a substantial case. It's a fraud and a real estate case that my client lost his life savings as a result of the fraud, and I really don't want this case dismissed.
How many defendants are in this case, Mr. Fritz?
3.
And have you served any of them?
No, they're all at the same address. The registered agent for the company is one of the personal defendants, and it's him and his wife in the company.
Have you filed, you said you filed a motion to reissue the citation. I don't see that anywhere in the file today. When did you file that?
We filed it Friday. I paid the fees. I've got right here the document showing that it's been filed and it's sitting in the clerk's office.
And you said all 3 defendants live at the same address?
They're all at the same address, the registered agent and the 2 individuals.
So when you've asked for a new citation, you've given them a new address?
No, we asked that it be served, since it's a P.O. box, that it be served by registered mail by the clerk. So that way they would get it through the mail.
Have you filed a motion for substitute service?
No, we just requested that the clerk issue the citation.
Okay, how many attempts of service have you made on either of the 3 defendants?
When they got, there's only been one attempt by my process server, because when they got there and found that it was a P.O. box, and we couldn't come up with another address, they returned the service in the middle of July.
See, this is what I'm looking at, Mr. Fritz. This case was filed in June 1st, okay, and that's almost 3 months ago. And we've only made one attempt to serve the defendants. You said they all live at the same address. And I need you to do something to move this case. I know you said it's a substantial case and you don't want to get dismissed, but we want to make sure that it's moving forward. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this on 2-week dismissal docket, okay, and either get them served, get a good address, or file a motion for subservice or something, because this case is 3 months old, and we haven't even served the defendants yet.
Well, they, of course, have lied about where they live, and we've been trying to locate them through Skip Tracer, and we just haven't been able to find where they actually live.
Well, I understand your predicament, but I'm saying it's a 3-month-old case with no service. So I'm going to place it, I'm going to light the fire into you to either get them served or get a motion for substitute service or some way to get them before the court. And I'm going to put this on the 2-week dismissal docket for 9/27, okay? And when that comes back around, we need to either have some more attempts at service, more than one, or we need to have a motion filed to get some kind of substitute service, okay?
All right, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Fritz. You may be dismissed.
Thank you.
DC 22-06043, Discover Bank versus Gibson. DC 22-06043, Discover Bank versus Gibson. Hearing no response, this case is being dismissed for want of prosecution. DC 22-06596, Axiom versus Green.
Yes, Your Honor. Hi, that would be us. We're here representing plaintiff's counsel for Axiom Acquisition Ventures versus Terry Green. I don't see Terry Green available today, but what we do have is a signature from defendant to enter in an agreed judgment, Judge. So we would like for you to not dismiss it and accept our agreed judgment as true in fact. And we can have this filed promptly if it hasn't already been done so.
Okay, I showed that there's been no service. Is that correct?
Well, it's an agreed judgment.
I understand, but there's been no answer. They have not answered.
They have not answered, but we have a payment plan agreement.
Okay. How much time do you think you need to get that file, that agreed judgment?
Oh, we can have it by the end of the week, Judge. It's up to you.
Okay, I'm going to place it on next week's dismissal docket, which is September the 20th.
September 20th.
Yeah, just get the agreed judgment filed, and we'll move on from there, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Hurdle.
Thank you very much, Ms. Perez. You may be dismissed.
Have a good.
Thank you, you too. Let me see if we've got anybody else in the waiting room. The phone's ringing, but I don't see anybody in the waiting room. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, that's all I have on my docket, but I see we still have some people on the call. Let's start with Mr. Sartan. What case are you here on, sir?
Bold International and Brandon Olds versus Richard Paul Leslie, Your Honor.
Give me that cause number.
Oh, sorry. DC 22-04049.
Okay, let me pull that up. Give me a few minutes.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's 22-04049.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, yeah, you and I have talked about this once before. I remember you now. Where are we on this?
We filed, yes, for a motion for default judgment against the defendant. We filed it, and it's been accepted by the clerk. We have also filed our proposed final default judgment to the court. It was also accepted by the clerk on the e-file.
Okay, I see it's here. We'll get that executed today.
Okay, I just want to make sure I was not gonna miss on it.
All right, thank you. Thank you for showing up. You have a good day. You may be dismissed.
Thank you. You have a great.
Thank you. Okay, I've got Miss Miller. I think I remember you from a previous hearing, right?
Several, Your Honor. But having a hard time getting our service done, but let me say.
Before you start, what's your case number?
It is 22044879.
Okay, I see now we met on, I guess, looks like August 16th.
We've been back a few times. I think I was here last week, and you gave us a week longer. We have not effectuated service, unfortunately, but we do have, and I checked, it's on file as of this morning. We did file a motion for you to hopefully grant us substitute service. We tried service 4 different times at this location that we have for the defendants. Our process server does think that it's their residence from the information he has. So we've asked for substitute service to allow us to, either deliver it to someone over 16 or 18 at the residence, or to affix it to the door and send it certified mail.
Okay, I see you filed your motion today. I'll get it signed and get it back to you today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Miller. You may be dismissed.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Heitmeyer, is that, did I pronounce your name correctly? Oh, Mr. Heitmeyer Dalton?
Yes, Your Honor, you did. So I am here for cause number DC-22-03337.
Okay, let me pull that one out. I don't show you on the dismissal docket. Did you get a notice for the hearing today?
Yes, sir, we did.
Okay, well. That's 03337?
Correct. That's 3303337.
Is that Rodriguez versus Elliott?
Correct.
Okay. Looks like you filed a motion for a default. Okay, I don't know why she had you on the docket for today, but. Okay, let me look at that. Anything further?
No, sir. We just filed our last known address service member affidavit. Got accepted this morning, so we're looking to set that for hearing relatively soon.
Okay. All right, thank you. I'll get this done today. You may be dismissed.
Thank you.
Okay. Seeing no one else on the call, we will close this out.